Nigerians are obviously in a democratic mood, isn't it? Just like the NTA family is currently. As such, we are beginning today's edition of Sunday Magazine with stories related to the celebration. Tonight, Governor Babagana Umara Zulum executes 556 projects within the last 2 years of stewardship, host dignitaries to a reception in commemoration of this year's Democracy Day celebration. Commissioner for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement, as well as that of Religious Affairs, give scorecards of their ministries as they mark 2 years in office. Federal lawmaker for Biu, Bayo Shakwayakusar, extends livelihood support to his people. Wedding is also on our lineup, and other beautifully packaged stories to make this year's Democracy Day celebration a bit spectacular. I am your regular uncle, Abubakar Muhammad Musa, and we are glad you have joined us. Now, the Professor Babagana Umara Zulum-led administration in Borno State has executed 556 cluster of projects in the last 2 years of stewardship. This was brought to the fore during a ceremony organized to mark the Democracy Day, where Governor Zulum assured people of the state of more developmental projects in the remaining period of his administration. Mohammed Goni, who is our guide on this package, reports that the occasion had in attendance dignitaries from all walks of life.
Democracy Day used to be marked on the 29th of May every year until President Muhammadu Buhari saw the need to adopt 12th of June for the occasion, primarily to honor those involved in the struggle to actualize the 1993 presidential election, which the late MKO Abiola was presumed to have won. Governor Babagana Umara said, though giant strides have been made, 556 cluster of projects and programs across the state, as well as improvement in the security situation, there is need to do more, especially in the area of support for security operatives, manpower recruitment, especially qualified teachers and health workers, development in the agricultural sector and access to farmlands for food security, opening up more roads and township for resettlement and entrenchment of civil authority and good governance. Others.
This day is indeed worthy of celebrations, considering our developmental stride in the critical sectors of education, health, agriculture, security, as women and youth empowerment, among others. Let me reassure you of our preparedness toward uplifting the standard of living of our people, despite the numerous challenges occasioned by the decade-long insurgency and coronavirus pandemic that cripple economic activities globally. We shall do our best within the limited resources to provide good governance to our people, as posterity will certainly judge us. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, today is a great day for our Republic when we celebrate 22nd anniversary of uninterrupted democratic governance and indeed about 22 years of all progressive Congress administration in Borno State. Furthermore, in view of our overwhelming victory in November 2020 local government election, and on behalf of our great party and party leadership, I wish to extend our profound gratitude to the people of Borno State for this monumental support, which I believe is informed by our democratic principles of equity, justice, accountability, and vision and mission of the ruling APC. In the span of 2 years of our administration, we have with all modesty touched every aspect of our lives, of the lives of our people, positively, and we shall strive to do even more.
Secretary to the State Government Usman Jiddashwa, who dwelt on the rationale behind the Democracy Day celebration, said, in all his years of experience as public servant, he had never worked with any leader of Zulum's leadership attribute.
This God-given opportunity to Borno State of having him as our governor should be utilized to the fullest. Otherwise, our collective desire to restore Borno State to its glorious past will remain a mirage.
Information Commissioner Babakura Abajato made evidence-based graphic presentation of the 556 projects, giving the sectoral breakdown and benefiting local government areas.
These programs and projects are almost near in completion, but because of modesty, the number is much more higher than what we are presenting to you this afternoon.
There were goodwill messages from the traditional institution led by the Shehu of Borno, Abakar ibn Umar Garba El Kanemi, Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume representing the Senate, Barrister Mohammed Tahir Monguno, who spoke for the House of Representatives, State Assembly led by the Speaker Abdul Karim Lawan, Borno Elders Forum led by its chairman Gambo Gubio, Security Formation in the state represented by the Garrison Commander Brigadier General Abubakar Haruna, as well as the organized labor represented by Babayo Hamman, assuring the governor of continued support to enable him do more for the state.
On behalf of myself, Council of Chiefs, and the good people of Borno, we thank you very much for all what we have been doing to the people of Borno since the adoption of your administration.
What we need to do in our state is to pray for Professor Babagana Zulum and all of us. We have seen the light at the end of the tunnel.
These achievements are unprecedented in the annals of the history of Borno State.
As part of the ceremony to mark the Democracy Day, sumptuous meal was provided to the dignitaries.
Good people, great nation. That's talking about Nigeria and indeed Nigerians. Now, member representing Chibok, Goza and Damboa Federal Constituency, Ahmed Usman Jaha, has successfully facilitated construction of classrooms in Chibok, Damboa and Goza towns as part of his constituency project, in addition to the presentation of vehicles and water pumps to his constituents. Governor Babagana Umara Zulum, supported by the senator representing the zone, Mohammed Ali Ndume, presented the items to the beneficiaries at Chibok town. Mohammed Goni was there again for Sunday magazine.
Member representing Chibok, Damboa and Goza Federal Constituency, Ahmed Usman Jaha, procured about 13 vehicles to empower people of his constituency, in addition to 340 water pumps, which the member said was to key into Governor Zulum's vision of resuscitating agriculture in the state. The one block of 3 classrooms, constructed in each of the 3 council areas, facilitated by the member according to him, were built by the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation as part of his corporate social responsibilities.
Courtesy demand I should do everything within my limit to make sure that I have in one way or the other attracted a lot of developmental projects for them, particularly from my constituency. And at the same time, from my office. And at the same time, I will want to tell you that I'm just starting. This is only 2 years to come of me after putting either 2 or 3 decades, maybe in the near future or in the future, as far as National Assembly is concerned. For the irrigation farmers, I urge them to use the materials given to them for the purpose intended, particularly now that the governor is willing to reactivate all the earth dams in our communities, so that even if people cannot go far for their farming because of insecurity, they'll use the same opportunity to do their irrigation farming, particularly behind their backyards. And another thing, I will want the schools I have built, or I have facilitated the building from NDIC, that it should be used for the purpose intended, because we are lacking some classrooms, and these classrooms are built with a wall, so it has to be used for the purpose intended. I'm assuring them that what is due for them, it has to reach them as at when due. That's the most important thing. What is due for my constituents, regardless of their location, it will reach them. What is not due, there is no I can go extra length. I'm concerned, what is due for my constituents, I must make sure that it has reached them in good time.
Professor Bagana Umara, who was supported by Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume, to present the items to the beneficiaries from the 3 local government areas in the federal constituency, as well as unveil the classrooms in Chibok and Damboa, commended the lawmaker for touching the lives of his people.
If the quality of the input is bad, the quality of the output will also be bad. Garbage in, garbage out. Salamu alaikum. Emata kuyakuli. Mansan kuna da wahala da abubuwa da yawa yake da mun ku banda security ma ba ku da malamai na kwarai a wannan makaranta. ai mana hakuri insha Allah kamar yadda muke so yara mu su yi makaranta su samu ilimi za mu yi kokari mu nemi muku malamai kuma ku yi ilimi ga masifan da ya zo ya same ku insha Allah kuna jin tsoro mun ji gaskiyan ku ne manya ma suna jin tsoro balle ku saboda haka muna jin tausayin ku ko ƴaƴan mu ne insha Allah tunda kuke so ku karatu za mu yi kokari mu ba ku enough security kuma abinda muke so mu yi muna so mu jara ta secondary school na cikin nan garin nan za ku koma da bayan mun gama za ku koma da secondary school na cikin garin.
Beneficiaries of the gesture from the member Ahmed Usman Jaha were full of praises to the lawmaker for touching their lives. Ahmed Jaha briefed Sunday magazine on the gesture extended to his people as part of his constituency project. The lawmaker restated commitment to continue support to his people.
It is in this line that I decided in my own wisdom to complement your numerous effort. Because Borno is too big, we have to complement your effort. We have to do our best to the best of our ability by inserting most of our constituency project in line with your policy trust in this government.
That is exactly what democracy should be. Good representation any day, anytime and anywhere. Let's move on. Ministry for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement has executed quite a number of projects in local government areas in southern Borno as part of efforts to entrench civil authorities at the grassroots in line with the 10-point development agenda of the Zulum-led administration. Mohammed Goni will once again take us to Chibok, Dambua and Askira Uba local government areas in southern Borno, where Governor Babagana Umara Zulum executed a number of projects.
Ministry for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement, led by its commissioner, has always been on its toes, traversing nook and crannies of Borno to mostly construct new projects, both municipal buildings such as local government secretariat, lodges, clinics, schools and police station among others, as well as residential houses, including rehabilitating existing ones. Professor Bagana Umara was in southern Borno primarily to unveil some of the completed projects in those areas as part of his 4-day engagement in the senatorial zone. In Chibok town, GSS Chibok, where schoolgirls were abducted in 2014, which was completely rehabilitated, as well as the newly constructed 20 housing units, were inaugurated by the Minister of Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Talin, on invitation of Governor Zulum, and the government lodge, all of which were constructed by the Ministry for RRR.
Rehabilitate and reconstruct houses, rehabilitate villages with a view to ensuring quick return of internally displaced persons to their ancestral homes. This is the only solution to ensure lasting peace and sustainability in our own state.
Other projects unveiled in the council area also include newly built 40 classroom government technical secondary school, 20-bed capacity primary health care center, both in Balala community.
The number of schools that we have here in Borno State is quite enough for us to maintain and sustain them. So for this school to succeed, we must have a very strong school-based management system.
In Dambua town, Professor Bagana Umara was conducted around by the Commissioner for RRR to inspect ongoing construction of 500 housing units, which has reached 90% completion stage, where the governor directed that additional 500 units be constructed on the opposite side, as well as Dambua police station rehabilitated by the ministry.
And the widows, especially those that were, their husbands were killed, there are many in this town. You can allocate these houses to them. Even if you are looking for widows in this town, and widower, I think you can get nothing less than 500 people. I'm hereby throwing the questions to the stakeholders to come up with templates that will give us the opportunity to allocate these houses.
Also inaugurated in Dambua town was the newly rehabilitated GTSS after it was ravaged by the insurgents. In Askira Uba, Professor Bagana Omara unveiled the twin government lodges in Askira town, both rehabilitated and the newly built. Government Day Secondary School Yimira Ali, Government Day Secondary School Rimirgo, all of which were also executed by the Ministry for RRR. While in Rimirgo, Governor Zulum also performed groundbreaking ceremony for construction of 300 houses there, where he directed completion of work in 6 months. RRR Ministry also constructed primary healthcare facility at Wamdio in the council area, which was inaugurated by Governor Babagana Umara. Commissioner for RRR, whose ministry executed the projects, gave an overview of the projects already completed and ongoing in Southern Borno Senatorial District.
Quite a number of construction work and reconstruction works have taken place in Borno State, undertaken by the Borno State government. We have also constructed 1.6 perimeter wall fencing of the General Hospital here in Dombua. We have also constructed the police station and wall fencing, then the junior staff quarters for police station, twin staff quarters. We have also constructed here in Dombua of the magistrate court and the staff quarters for the area court. That are some of the projects undertaken here in Borno State government, here in Dombua by Borno State government. We have also constructed 300, or undergoing the construction of 300 houses in Wurawarabe in Goza local government area. We have also constructed 200 houses in Ngoshe, which we have completed and relocated some of the IDPs from Maiduguri to Ngoshe. We are also trying to reconstruct the houses in Ashigashia and Kirawa. So quite a number of projects are going on in Borno, Southern Borno. We have not so far started the commissioning of the projects in down Southern Borno. That is in the area of in areas like Kwayakusar, Shani, Bayo, and Biu. And these are some of the projects we have so far commissioned or to be commissioned. We are also trying to lay the foundation for the construction of 300 houses in Miringa. So quite a number of projects are going to be undertaken and have undertaken in Southern Borno. The projects are passed during the ministerial briefing of 2 years in the office of His Excellency. Inshallah, it will be made known to the public.
The commissioner attributed the quality of work done to professionalism exhibited by the engineers and further assured that it will stand the test of time.
Thank you, Mohammed Goni, for putting together all those 3 stories. Now, back here in Maiduguri, but still on the major successes recorded by the government of the day in recent years. The 2 years administration of Professor Babagana Umara Zulum has no doubt brought about a series of positive developments to the people of Borno, despite the insurgency bedeviling the state. Borno State Commissioner for Religious Affairs, Umar Abacha Gala, in an exclusive interview with Sunday Magazine, gives scorecard of the ministry while speaking to Yarweya Umar.
Ministry for Religious Affairs was established in August 2005 with the aim to coordinate all Muslims and non-Muslims religious activities in terms of preaching and provide the basic conducive atmosphere at places of worship, as well as promote peace and harmony among the people of the state. Omar Abacha Bukarangala, who is the Commissioner, Ministry of Religious Affairs, says he is determined to carry out all the responsibility of which the ministry was created. Within the 2 years of the administration of Governor Zulum, a lot have been achieved in ensuring that people enjoy conducive places of worship.
We were able to construct about 3 major Jumaat mosques within and outside Maiduguri metropolis. The major one is located in Biu at the Emir's Palace, which was commenced and completed within the period of 1 year in Biu town and was commissioned by His Excellency. The other one is located in Jere, Bomari Costin, which was also commissioned, while that of Ajiri recently was completed and is awaiting commission. So also we have another in Dusuman in Jere local government area.
According to Umar Abacha, Governor Zulum's administration, many mosques were constructed and renovated in several places across many local government areas of the state.
I will call on our people, more especially the community leaders and the ulamas, to keep gesture that extended to them by organizing, establishing themselves as committees. Communities are responsible to maintain, to take care of their places, masjid that were provided to their various communities. They should look after it, they should look the cleanliness, it should be kept as it is required by Islam.
The ministry is also saddled with responsibility in ensuring proper coordination of activities of preachers through the preaching board, who gives permit to ulamas, as well as coordinates activities of pilgrimage to the Holy Land.
The government is already fully prepared this time around because we want to improve the facilities there at the camp. We have done that, both the incoming and outgoing. Inshallah, if there are any, at any point in time, the government is ready to provide all the maximum welfare that required by pilgrimage to perform their discharge. Now we have what we call preaching boards. The preaching boards are mainly responsible for all this kind of screening, selecting who is eligible, who is allowed to be given permission to carry out the preaching during festive or during Ramadan. Even that of the other faiths too. If they are going contrary, we had some divisions, normally do call them into order, like performing Hajj, going into the other faiths, pilgrimage and all this. The ministry is the coordinating body to see the activities during the various pilgrimage, to give them support, oversee their activities, their welfares and all these things. These are some of the major things that the ministry was established to carry out.
The ministry also assists Sangaya schools in terms of the provision of support.
Sangaya and Islamia schools are non-formal educations, and therefore we need to go into those areas to bring sanity, to improve their learning conditions, to do more to make it conducive, to stop people going out on begging, street begging, and roaming about on the streets and all this.
The commissioner commended the giant stride of Professor Babagana Umar Zulum in transforming all sectors of human development despite the security challenge. He went further saying, Governor Babagana Umara deserves a pat on the back for making the state compete favorably with other developed nations.
Sunday Magazine is saying congratulations to the Ministry of Religious Affairs for the significant breakthrough made so far. Now, three-time caretaker chairman of Goza, who is currently the All Progressives Congress Party, APC, in Goza, Abdullahi Anjato, has joined the list of stakeholders across the nation in showering encomiums on Governor Babagana Umar Zulum for making Borno more safer, with greater opportunities for the people as the state moves rapidly towards recovery, growth, and sustained development. To this end, Abdullahi Anjato has extended his unrelenting support to the admiration of the governor with a call on others to emulate. Umaru Yakubu Kirawa interacted with the politician par excellence for Sunday Magazine.
The journey to nationhood and democratic governance has been a central focus of the government at all levels, mixed with different fallouts across all the states in the country. As a major stakeholder in the APC in Goza and by extension Borno State, Alhaji Abdullahi Anjato has been a strong voice in stressing the spectacular transformational reconstruction, rehabilitation and resettlement drive of the Zulum-led administration.
A gaskiya ayyuka na mai girma gwamnan jihar Borno, ayyuka 556, aikin ya wuce haka, aikin ya fi 1000 ma. Duka alkal gaman 27 daga jihar Borno ba inda bai aiki ba. Makarantu ya gina a wasu gurare 3, 4, 5, kuma ya sa kaya irin zamani, ya ba uniform wa yara kyauta, asibiti haka, hanyuka haka, sabbin kasuwanni, musamman sabon kasuwa da yake ginawa a birnin Maiduguri wanda yake hanyar tashin Bama Road, musamman flyover da yake ginawa a jiha wanda a notice gaba daya ba a taba samun flyover ba sai a zamanin sa. Hanyar da tashi daga tashin Bama zuwa Bama local government wanda hanyar na federal government ne, amma saboda talakawa al'ummar Borno suke bin wannan hanya ya sa a yi wannan aikin har an fara aikin in ka kayan aikin side yanzu haka ana ci gaba da aiki. Aikin University Hospital da ayyuka da yake yi, to mai girma gwamnan jihar Borno Professor Babagana Umar Zulum dan masanin Borno, bikinsa na cikin shekara 2 ni kan bai bani mamaki ba saboda professor ne, mutum ne mai aiki, mutum ne mai tausayi. Ya ce burinsa a gaskiya ba aikin da ya a shekara 2 ba ne, me zai yi a shekara 2 na gaba.
While reinstating his unwavering support to Governor Babagana Umara Zulum's government, Abdullahi Danjato highlighted the remarkable achievements of the governor in the area of changing the educational landscape, infrastructural remodeling, healthcare entrenchment, and above all, improvement in the security architecture. He expressed optimism that Borno shall rise again with the renewed vigor of Governor Babagana Umara Zulum of taking Borno to the highest pedestal.
Aikin da ya shekara 2 ya fi aiki na shekara 40, ba don komai ba, don hanyuka da ya zuba. Yau in zaka shigo jihar Borno zaka ɗauka ba jihar Borno ba ne. Hanyar harkar ilimi ta ɗau hanya, ta ɗau saiti 100%. Asibiti ta ɗau hanya, malamai, nurse, koyar da malamai makaranta, ɗiban yara zuwa karatu, ba inda mai girma gwamna bai taɓa ba. Tallafawa yan gudun hijira a maida su zuwa garrukansu, gina masuguninsu a garrukansu, ba inda gwamna bai yi ba. Idan aka gaya maka cewa dan gudun hijira zai shiga wannan gidan zaka ce a'a.
Abdullahi Danjato applauded the people of Borno and the security forces for their sustained commitment and support to the governor, saying sustenance of support will yield more dividends of democracy.
Babagana Umar Zulum kameda masu ilmi sun ayyana wali ne.
The APC leader had pledged unalloyed and sustained support to Governor Babagana Umara Zulum in his continued quest to reposition and transform Borno.
Three-time caretaker chairman of Goza and also the chairman of APC in Goza there, extolling the outstanding qualities of Borno State Governor. Let us at this point pause here on Sunday Magazine to take you to southern Borno once more. Now, in his relentless quest to emancipate his people from the clutches of poverty and underdevelopment, federal lawmaker representing Biu, Kwayakusar Bayo and Shani, Mukhtar Betara Aliyu, has extended another act of benevolence, which is livelihood empowerment, to the people of his constituency with the distribution of 38 vehicles. More of the infrastructural projects executed by Mukhtar Betara Aliyu have been completed for use by the people. Let's now follow Jadwa John Jesney to southern Borno for more details of this story.
As a result of sustained efforts by the federal lawmaker Mukhtar Betara Aliyu to bring dividends of democracy to the doorsteps of those who voted him into power, people of Biu, Kwayakusar, Bayo and Shani are reaping the fruits of their labor. This time around, the federal legislature distributed 38 vehicles of 13 Sharon, 15 Peugeot brands to enhance commerce and economic life of the people through the transport. 10 Mercedes cars went to his media crew, stakeholders and individuals in wards of the 4 local governments. This is the third time the federal lawmaker has launched major phase of distribution of vehicles, which he says is a continuous exercise. Chairman, Biu Local Government Area Haruna Ibrahim Ipsi, who flagged off presentation of the vehicles on behalf of the federal lawmaker, enjoined the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the opportunity to better their lives and that of their immediate families.
So wannan abu a yau duk wanda Allah zai bashi mu yi mishi addu'a Allah ya tashi riko. Amin. Sai mu yi addu'a yan uwanmu da ba samu ba kuma su jira nasu na nan zuwa.
Having noted the federal lawmakers' effort in fighting poverty and underdevelopment in the constituency, an associate of Mukhtar Betara, Sule Alhaji Abubakar, called on the people to complement efforts of the federal lawmaker by making use of the vehicles for the purpose intended.
Honorable Betara, the only thing that we can say is may Almighty Allah bless him abundantly.
Yana taimakawa al'ummansa, Ubangiji Allah ya taimake shi.
While seeking his royal blessings at his palace, Haruna Ibrahim Ipsi told the Emir of Biu, Mai Mustafa Umar Mustafa, of the jaw-dropping interventions by the renowned son of the soil. Similarly, most of the roads and drainage constituency projects executed by Mukhtar Betara Aliu have been completed, enhancing mobility, access and beauty to Biu town and surrounding communities, as well as checking the perennial flooding in many areas.
Wannan aiki kam zai yi nan da shekara 50 za a rika tuna da shi. Allah ya ƙara mishi jagora, Allah ya mishi jagora.
Mun gode masa, mun gode masa, mun gode masa, ba mu san irin godiya da za mu masa ba, sai dai Allah ne ya saka mishi.
Muna mishi godiya sosai muna mishi godiya. Allah ya saka mishi da alheri. Allah ya sa kuma wanda zai gaje shi yayi aiki kamar shi.
Big primary and secondary school built in 1976 was completely demolished, rebuilt and remodeled with modern facilities and a solar-powered borehole by the federal legislature. The edifice stands as a tall reminder of the commitments by Mukhtar Betara Aliu to transform Biu.
Muna alfahari da wannan gyara, dole ne kuma mu ci gaba da yi masa addu'a ubangijin Allah ya ɗaukaka shi. Allah ya ɗaukaka shi, Allah ya ɗaukaka shi ya kai matsayin da bai zata ba.
Ba za mu iya kwatanta godiyarmu ba. Gaba ɗaya al'umma da yara da malaman da shugabanni ba mu taɓa ganin irin wannan abun ba.
The lives of the young and aged across Biu, Kwaya Kusar, Shani and Bayo local governments are always full of praise for the federal lawmaker Mukhtar Betara Aliu.
Federal lawmaker representing Biu, Bayo, Kwaya Kusar and Shani at the lower chamber of the National Assembly has remained supportive to his people, and that is actually one of the beauties of democracy. Our next stop on the program is wedding, so I will urge you to sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this together. 5th June 2021 will certainly remain fresh in the memories of the family of Alhaji Muhammad Makinta, the Makinta of Borno and member of Borno Emirate Council, when his son Ibrahim Muhammad Sallah, Secretary of M Group Associates, chose Fatima Muhammad Idris as his life partner. Iyamaji will now take us to the family residence of the Makinta of Borno at Kura Road, Old GRA of Damboa Road, for more details of the wedding fatia.
Family, friends, relatives, and well-wishers from far and near that converge on the family residence of Makinta of Borno, member of Borno Emirate Council, a seasoned civil servant and politician to the core. Alhaji Muhammad Makinta may include Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, represented by his deputy Umar Usman Kalafur, APC State Chairman Alhaji Ali Bukar Dalori, Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume, ministers, ambassadors, national and state assembly members, members of Borno State Executive Council, and permanent secretaries. Others are top government functionaries, academicians, members of Borno Emirate Council, politicians, religious scholars, traditional title holders, as well as members of the business community, among others. After the convergence, personalities proceeded to Alinmari area of Shauri South, ward of the metropolis, for the wedding formalities proper, where representative of the Chief Imam of Borno officiated the wedding fatia between Ibrahim Muhammad Makinta Sallah, Secretary M Group Associate, and his life partner Fatima Muhammad Idris. under the watchful eyes of the representative of the groom, Dr. Abba Makinta. Parents of the groom, Alhaji Muhammad Makinta and Yachila Muhammad Makinta, as well as well-wishers, expressed gratitude to Almighty Allah for sparing their lives to witness the wedding ceremony of Ibrahim and Fatima, and advised them to be respectful to each other.
I know I have brought up my son appropriately and in accordance to Islamic norms. This moment that I'm talking to you, I know he will not disappoint me. He's of good character, patient, and moderately religious. Virtually, he has copied, if I can say, 95% of my character and myself. Therefore, my prayers and hope is that his new wife will at least be 90% of the character of the mother too.
Alaro askrai kana kullo sa tarande arma tarande konga majo faton ala shimdero fulezina alhamdulillah alaro askrangana ko adu ya cilare. I am a happy mother. Kare ni taida zukuji ala shaka mun za sayro naptuni le fai cho ala saya bara rusul ala sayro zuriya bara cho dai kamun za mu kondin sita. A fal kurgunyin alhamdulillah ala askarngana am turum wujin da sabtana ade ala nduso na zai suna da shakalewa silayin kalaksi.
Alhamdulillah, I wish everybody that came from far and near to attend this marriage, the couples, happy married life.
Kumande ala futu ardiena ide ala gapsna ya samma kaji fitin diyo ala sha banze rosudin.
She's a very good girl and a very well trained girl in a good family, and I'm very happy to have her as my wife.
He is very responsible. I know he will take care of his new wife, and above all, they should respect one another.
Family, friends, relatives, and well-wishers also wish the couple long life and prosperity.
And we are wishing them the best of life. And those others that are intending to get married, we also wish them success.
I am wishing them the very best of luck in their endeavors. I wish them happy marriage and successful stay in their maternal house.
The whole thing is patient. They should exercise patience. They should have God in their doing.
They have to be patient, tolerance, because the idea of something of marriage is tolerance.
Ubangijin Allah ya ba su zaman lafiya. Allah ya ba su zuriya ɗaya ba.
Sallah ala krami ala sero naptuni lewaichi da napturo sai kanadi.
A very happy day for the mother. This is a day you see your son get married. It's a dream come true. I wish him all the best in life.
Kalawa and Budankai also featured at the wedding ceremony. The full package of Kalawa and Budankai will be brought to you in the second part of type as Society Wedding.
Conjugal bliss to Ibrahim and Fatima, and a big congratulations to the Makinta of Borno Ida. Away from wedding now. Following the closure of some internally displaced persons camps by Borno State government in recent weeks, the Director General State Emergency Management Agency, Yaba Okolo, has summoned a meeting with all the camp managers. The meeting, chaired by the workaholic Director General, was basically to inform them about the series of successes recorded so far by the Committee on Relocation and Resettlement of IDPs. Follow me now to the State Emergency Management Agency's hall along Sakashim Ibrahim Road, Maiduguri, for the rest of the story. Addressing the camp managers, the Director General, State Emergency Management Agency, Yaba Okolo, said the development is part of the quarterly meeting that has been holding since she assumed office. She also briefed them about the successful closure of Mogolis and NYSC camps recently, saying the main purpose of the closure was in view of frequent requests by the IDPs to go back to their ancestral home and engage in this year's farming activities. While expressing sincere appreciation to the managers on behalf of the state government for effective management of issues in their various camps, the Director General pointed out that government is aware of their problem and everything possible is being done to give some of them permanent appointment in the civil service, while others will be provided with capital to start a business and charged them to remain loyal.
Lokacin disasters da emergency sannan saura wanda takardar bai nisa ba ma insha Allah za a samu jari ko wani aiki kasan aiki din ma level ne akwai level da wanda bai da ilimi sosai ma zai kama ya dan barabuna tun women affairs tana yin aikin masinja bar sama ma tana da primary certificate ba to aiki ma akwai level duk da za mu yi choice din zai wanda yana son aikin zai jari ma za mu yi za mu zama mu da sunayen kwamfani amma da ya ga yadda aka rage abincinsu daga kilo 25 zuwa kilo 10 tak hankali shi ya tashi bala'in tashi ba tashin wasa ba so inda aka gani kaga mai iyali da yawa ne abin zai zo ba za a samu ba zai ishe su ba zai zama cikakke sosai ba.
Government, Yaba Okolo, explained, is spending huge amount of money on IDPs in the state, in addition to reconstructing destroyed communities to enable them return to their original places of abode.
Mai girma gwamnan talakawa tun da ya hau mulki shi abin da yake faɗa ya za a yi a samu cimma gaba cin nasara tun ba a sansanin gudun hijirar nan ba.
Some of the camp managers praised Governor Babagana Umara and the Director General of SEMA for the support given to them to discharge their duties and assured to continue cooperating with government.
Nuna kishi mu muka yi ga cewa wannan garinmu ne jama'an da muke aiwatar da su ko mun zama shugabannin su muna tafiye da su ba dan dadi ya kawo su ba dan kishi ne muka nuna cewa bari mu zauna da su da dadi da ba dadi wannan masifan ya addabe mu ne ba dukiyar ne muke gani ba.
Mun ji daɗin wannan zaman da ke da farko gaskiya dukkan mu muna da fargaba akwai tsoro a zuciyar saboda an fara rufe camps wani yana ganin zai rasa wani abin da zai tallafa wa iyayensa da matarsa da yaransa.
Baba Umar Zulum Allah Ubangiji ya saka mishi da alheri mun yi farin ciki da hawan gwamnan nan da Allah ya dora shi. Saboda shi an ce Buhari ya iya aiki amma ya taka ba mu Buhari kai hakuri da ni.
Meanwhile, the Director General of SEMA has flagged off another batch of distribution of condiments to all IDPs across Borno, where she enjoined the Committee on Sharing to distribute the items without delay. Secretary of the committee, Bintu Alkali, promised to live up to the expectation of the agency.
Yes, as you are saying here, always every month we are distributing all these commodities to the various camps. As you are seeing on ground, we have 100 bags of okra, 100 bags of tatanse, 100 bags of kuka, and 300 cartons of cooking oil. And back here, we have 100 cartons of Maggi and 100 cartons of tomatoes.
Sunday Magazine is wishing the Director General of SEMA success in her unwavering determination to take the organization to the next level. Now, Kanem Development Progressive Initiative, with the support of Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, has remained committed in ensuring the continuation of distribution of palliatives to victims of insurgency in camps in Borno and Yobe states. It is against this background that the initiative provided palliatives to 300 IDPs of Marte, Monguno, and Kukawa each in another round of its benevolence. Iyamaji is on standby for us.
Kanam Development Progressive Initiative, in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, field distributing relief materials comprising put and not put items to 300 victims of insurgency of Mongono Damakuli, that of Marte taking refuge at Akasi camp, as well as IDPs of Pukawa of Shetima Ali Mongono camp have benefited from the gesture, which the association believes will go a long way in alleviating their sufferings. Performing the distribution exercise, the association's chairman, Musa Mohamed Milnaiti, and other members called on the beneficiaries not to sell the items given and advise them to use for the purpose intended, and assures that the exercise will be a continuous one.
Awdo fu to lar ne borna yobe a rosudi no so anuma shi chairman abiso zaman ku zaman faltana gwamnati fallo kolum na tromo jimbawo da ji alhamdulillah karabka ade ita faturo lu yana ladin IDP salla taroga yana kala naptu nelefaye to ndiye kalalan da ji amde sodo ku gwamnati lardiya gwamnati stadia amde sodo lardin de ngalazu lardin de walta kasuwan zaso bare da so nda sadina wolo no ma kam de sodo chairman adan zalan gwamnati ro shimpi ne nan meno zai kuru awla are nan ne gwamnati lan office kam la lan nan ne ngolo ne no zai bare ya kasuwa bane kanta senior adalar rin to ndino wolo no ma sandi klan zar ma gwamnati ro faida zan baranze gabana yobe sha kurnozo daje awdoni bornon dien no so shima yobe lan dien aw yobe lan dien shima bornon dien hata kuru borno yobe ala man da yende not is ado so alam do kanami alan kam kazana bawo daje kuru suro not is man larda do in kamaskinde Chad, Cameroon, Niger daje amar samma so larda kanin medaliya ta yi kuro harami ande samma na ladan kam gata ambe daje andi samma so kalande kilnye so ade dena ladan alhamdulillah ministry adon federal government nabtu kalan zai kolliyende kaso kura kolliyende agency adon am nabtu kalan zai holma kolliyende gayyana kala kilto ndana kuro suro kala kirma war mananyen ladan ministry don gwamnati Nigeria kala north is a fitina ade so ndina da nan karo ministry Humanitarian Affairs ada kokono kuru alhamdulillah minister andiya bozu nan yana ngawo kantadon ngawo na kallan andiya ministry da kilte ciranyen
nafti klanze banajin dalin dingai gulti inda karab kado isana mare am de so da Allah da sulwai zai kasa da baro sarin kam ku yen yuro awcin bari shidi balle ja aye.
On behalf of the beneficiaries, Ward Head of Marte and others have expressed their appreciation to the initiative and promised to use the commodity with their families and prayed Allah to reward them abundantly.
Allah no ya barazu, Allah kunja da hafsu, Allah kuma yalan da ku Allah hafsu, Allah lartin da Nigeria Borno da hafsu.
Bana bare kusinya hadu. Yani ya gumna Ramadan. Ya banazi. Kumbu yana ndiye ba kare. Kumaro le niya gumna andia banazi banu bare kumbua kusinya awya kana andia bare
ala rondia jego dunia leira foro ala kalado ndo kalado kamanjo akala kalda.
The initiative is determined to continue supporting victims of insurgency in Borno and Yobe states.
Kanem Development Progressive Initiative will surely continue to grow from strength to strength for reaching out to the victims of insurgency from Monguno, Kukawa, and Marte. And on a sad note now, the death has been reported in Maiduguri of Mr. Isa Husseini Michelia at the age of 58. Mr. Isa Husseini Michelia is survived by a wife, 3 children, aged mother, as well as brothers and sisters. Until his death, he was a staff of Borno State Agricultural Development Program, BOSAP, and State Program Accountant of International Funds for Agric Development. He has since been buried, according to Christian rites, at Yimarshika in Hawul local government area of Borno State. And that brings us to the end of the program for today. We cannot thank you enough for your company. Let's do it again, same time next week. Now, on behalf of all of us here, I am Abubakar Muhammad Musa saying, Happy Democracy Day celebration once again. Good night.